I also read something on the news regarding Brian Viloria's camp. Can you tell us more about that?
Well, Brian Viloria's, camp. Well, I'm his camp. I'm his, this trainer and my assistant, Francisco Navarro, Eduardo Lizarraraz. These are the people that work with me. We're in the gym every day with Brian. So that's our camp. I read, saying that people in Brian's camp, which includes Gary Gutterson and Erica Navarro, which is his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
I don't, they're part of his life, but not part of his camp, because they haven't been to the gym one single day.
Yeah.
The only person that has been in the gym about 3 times in the last 2 weeks is Ben Gomez, who is his cousin.
Uh-huh.
But the people that are there every day, it's me, Francisco Navarro, and Eduardo. Those are our 3. That's our team.
So you really felt that the reason why you request for Viloria's fight to be canceled in the Philippines on June 10 was that he was not prepared to fight?
I didn't request for the fight to be canceled. I asked for a couple of weeks, the fight to be in a couple of weeks later, because I needed 2 or 3 weeks more training, because he had been sick for about 4 days, 3 weeks before the fight. I just asked for postponement. I wanted to see if we could get the fight to happen late July, maybe even early August, and it would be, it would be much better for the fighter and for our team to take Brian into the fight being 100% ready and not after he got sick for 3 or 4 days.
Mm-hmm. Can you tell us how big of an influence was Brian Viloria's last fight to your concerns about his current camp?
Exactly. I started working with Brian 3 to 4 years ago. I'm not exactly sure, but he got world champion and looked sensational when he beat Solis, and then he defended Star Wars. But then when he fought Carlos Tamara, he trained hard. He was in the gym for 8 weeks before the fight. He was in tremendous shape, and still, after that, he ended up in the hospital for almost 2 weeks. So that worries me. So when they got him back, he was going to train again for another fight. Well, I've been training him for 4 to 5 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And he got sick 3 weeks before the fight, and he was in bed for 4 days. So he wasn't just a flu like Gutterson mentions. He was sick. He couldn't get out of bed for 4 days. So first thing I did, when he came back Monday, looking and sounding sick, I told his manager we could get out a bunch of people, other people together. They said there was no way they could do that. That wasn't going to happen to the people. So I decided I couldn't be part of it. I don't want to be part of it in case something bad happens. After what happened in his back fight, I was worried.
Definitely, you didn't want to be there when something adverse and be responsible for his safety when you felt that you were going to compromise it.
I know Brian, and Brian is a very, very talented fighter, and I'll be shooting for him. I know that he's more like, he's probably be okay in the fight. He'll probably go out and win. That he's probably got a good point, but I still didn't want to take the chance. I want to, I don't want to go in there and something bad happens. The trainer is the one that I was visiting. Well, something bad happens in the fight, in every single fight, the trainer is the one that is going for everything. So I don't want to be the one to think, everybody else, knows that and understands that. So, I've got the support from everybody in my team. I talked it over with everybody in my team, and we all had this thing. all agreed to the same thing, we need to postpone the fight a couple of weeks. But, in fact, they didn't want to do it, for whatever the reason is, TP or promotion, publicity, what the case is, they couldn't cancel it, and I decided I didn't want to be part of it.
Definitely. And you've built a very strong and good reputation in the boxing world. And Brian's manager had some very controversial statements regarding you. Do you want to make a comment regarding what he said, that you wanted just to bolt out Brian's camp to pursue bigger money and stuff like that?
You know what? I laugh at that because that's what he's saying, but it just causes me, to laugh and make him look bad, because he knows that he's making 10% of Brian Viloria's purse is more. I would make more money, just make it clear. I would make more money with Brian Viloria because I make 10%, and what I make over here with Nolito. I don't think it's close to 10%. I'm working for 3%. So 10% of $80,000, which is I think that's how much Brian was going to make. 80,000. 10% of that is more than 3% of 250. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
10% and I'm coming after $1. That's what he's trying to tell me. And I'm coming after an extra $1. That's what I would be more money with Brian than with Nolito. The bottom line is he's not ready to fight. I was okay with it. They didn't listen to me. They thought I was exaggerating. Well, no, I don't want to take any chances. I know that with Nolito, he's a great fighter, and he's good at sparring. He's sharp. So I'm confident about the way he's going to perform. I was the same way with Brian. I couldn't go in there knowing that he was 6'3", which is 45, knowing that he was having trouble. He's having trouble in sparring. I know that there was an article where Ruben said that he's sparring with 3 professional fighters each day. Well, that's a lie. I know he's sparring my amateurs. He's sparring a kid that has a kid that's 16 years old and has like 4 or 5 amateurs. That's his sparring. So whatever I read or whatever Gary's saying, whatever Ruben is saying, is totally not true. Because I arranged for sparring partners for Brian, and I'm telling you, one of them is 16 with 4 or 5 amateur fights. The other one's another amateur that just turned 18, but has maybe 30, 40 amateur fights. That's his sparring partner. Honestly, he wouldn't be ready for this fight.
Definitely, and especially you've been with Brian Viloria for a while now, and I've seen how you've worked with him in the past and how concerned you were when he suffered that what happened in his last fight. So thank you for clearing that out with us.
I love Brian Viloria. He's a great kid, great fighter with so much talent. But if he's not ready, I think it's my responsibility to say you're not ready. Whatever they decide, that was against my decision. Well, then I said, then I'm staying away from it because I don't want to be part of it. And Gary says, I was lucky. Well, all the fights that I did with Brian, which was, 7 or 8 fights, not one single time did I even ask how much Brian was making. I didn't know how much Brian was making until the day Gary gets to pay me. Then that's when I knew how much Brian made. 10% or whatever. That's when I knew how much he made. I never even asked him how much we're fighting for, how much is Brian gonna make. So I said no. I think he knows that I never asked him. I always waited 3 or 4 weeks after the fight to get paid. Because that was my concern. I just wanted to find him he couldn't win. And I took him to become a world champion, and he did it in a sensational way. I think they shouldn't forget that.
Yeah.
They should know that I've done a great job, and the promoter told Gary himself, actually Bruce Campbell told Gary, if it wasn't for Robert, Brian would have never won that fight.